This is how you travel once you get spray tan from a distance. You just sit like this, you put the top of your head like this, hands for support, nothing, touch, can't compromise the tan. Because my tan always sucks. Looking back, you know, this is my first pro show, New York Pro. It was on May 10th on Mother's Day. And, you know, a lot of people ask me what's the difference between this show and another show for preparation. You know, and some people can say, oh, your pro show is so much pressure, so much stress because, you know, you have this like pressure to perform and be better. But you know what? It actually was one of the easiest preps I've ever done. And I think one of them is, I have been doing this for 10 years. And you know, it was my first pro show. I did know I was going up against, you know, some really top guys. So it's not like my expectations were like I had to win or anything like that. You know, I was just enjoying the ride as a pro. Obviously, it's not my first rodeo. So going through it all, I knew what to expect. I had Chris Aceto helping me, which was just, words couldn't even describe what it's like to work with such a individual. It was fantastic.
Oh, 2 weeks.
Not gonna go eat. When I got there at 9 o'clock, I already made weight, and I was so well prepared with my food portioned, everything. My girlfriend Alexia was just like a bulldozer paving the way, pushing everything out of the way, any stress that could be in my way.
So Chris, here's your present from the team.
Okay.
And a special thanks to Steve Cardillo, also Dan Severio and your boss, and definitely deserving for creating the idea as well.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said to her, I go, I've never been at a bodybuilding show before or the day before, bored. My routine was down, my posing was down, I didn't have to tan until the nighttime, weight was already made, my food was prepared. I was like sitting in the hotel room, almost didn't know what to do with myself. But as for the day the show goes, I mean, it was almost surreal how not pressure it was. It's such a different camaraderie at a pro level. Like, it was totally different. Like, everybody's friend. I'm friends with Guy Cisternino, and you know, he was like the guy. He ended up winning, and he was like the favorite going into the show, and he was super friendly to me, and everybody was backstage saying hi to each other. Nobody's grilling each other. But you know, in the beginning, I started to get nervous. You know, like putting pressure on myself to perform, expectations everybody have. But you know what? I kind of took a step back, probably around 3 months out, and I said, you know what? I want to have fun, and I want to make this a good experience. Just like getting ready for my first show where I didn't know what to expect. I allowed everything to play out. All right, I'm going back now. Gonna get oiled up, get this routine done. Just had some gas. Felt good. See, it is. I couldn't use the same routine as my guest posing thing because we only have 60 seconds here. So I had to cut it and modify it. I'm just gonna go out and get wild.
From Connecticut, number 24, Chris Tuttle.
Yeah, Chris.
The darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
The whole prep, to the diet, to nutrition, to training, everything was so different. But the most different was my outlook. I just had an epic blast the entire way. Stage, the whole thing was just an epic, surreal feeling. And you know, like I always get paranoid about things not being ready, my food or, you know, making weight, and I had to make weight.
It's Chris Tuttle.
I did guest posing, and for the first time, I had some photo shoot opportunities. I did a photo shoot muscular development, and there's a lot of new things and opportunities that arose that I took advantage of, and it was a great experience. It was a fantastic experience. One thing people don't realize is in bodybuilding, when you're preparing for a show and you're dieting, there is no plan. You have a set diet and you have set cardio training in your supplement regimen. And then every 2, 3, 4 days, you see what your changes in your body, and that dictates what you change next. And that's one thing I've learned. You have to work with your body over time. And that's the biggest misconception that everybody misses. Oh, well, everybody seems to, you know, do double sessions of cardio at the end. Well, you may not need to. I never did a full week of cardio. I didn't do more than 5 40-minute sessions of cardio. I think I may have done that for 1 week. And then it got cut, and then it started, and then it got cut. And the way my changes were with working with Chris was like every 72 hours. I didn't even know what was gonna happen the next day. And that's one thing people need to realize. The other thing is this: you gotta stop paying attention to what you feel like. Get your mind occupied to something else. Move forward and stay occupied, stay busy, stop paying attention to what you feel like. You're supposed to feel tired. You're supposed to lose pumps. You're supposed to not really have that great of workouts. That's all normal. You're supposed to feel dead 23 hours a day, and then hour in the gym, actually you start to feel alive after 15 minutes. You just get going, you feel good, and then you leave the gym and you're like, phew. That's all normal. And the third thing that I've learned is extremes. If you do something extreme to diet or change anything in your regimen during a preparation, it's a mistake. I mean, unless you're fat and you need to catch up, you gotta do something extreme, then yeah. But like, people will, oh, I look better a week out. Well, of course, because you've messed it up. You gotta stay the course, trust the process. We're at Fitness City in Mattawan, New Jersey, doing a photo shoot after my show for Universal. And it's obviously always good to take advantage of doing some shoots right after your show. That way you're not jeopardizing your condition and fullness. The shoot today was with Brian Moss. I heard the guy's a legend, his creativity and his ability to capture and have that vision of a great picture. So I'm just really excited to see how the pictures come out. And I had the ability to actually work with Chris Aceto, a person I've always wanted to work with since I was young. And would I say the experience is different from what I interpreted it when I first started? Absolutely. It was much simpler, way more common sense, because today's day and age, the society has zero common sense. And laid back, and it was just, I think most people mentally wouldn't be able to do it. In reality, the changes need to be actually more micromanaged and need to be less extreme. The whole entire time, the body was just slightly pushed, and it pushed, and then Chris Aceto backed off and let the body do its thing. And when I caught my balance again, he pushed my body again. If you shove the body really hard, it's gonna get a staggered stance and fight back, meaning you're gonna have to do more intense cardio, more extreme dieting to get the same result. It was a great change in like the sense of practicality. It was simple, practical, common sense, and letting somebody take the reins completely with trust is difficult for some, not for me, because I understand the prep, I understand what it's like to prep people, I understand the body at a decent level, but this was all new to me, and it was working. and it was working, why get all weird about it? And I just kind of let it go with the flow, and it worked so well. It was almost like, I don't even know how this is real.
And your favorite, most muscular.
Sometimes it's annoying when people ask me this question. It's like you get off the stage in the finals and you're just walking away and the first question someone asks you is, what's next? What's next? Just get the tan off me. That's the first darn thing. I want to get that tan off me in the shower because I feel like a dirtbag. And then the next thing is obviously spend time with friends and family, things that you spend time away from, and kind of gather your thoughts, make an educated decision on what the next plan is going to be. It was an incredible experience, and you know, some people were like, oh, you should have placed higher, but you know what? I'm not letting any of that take away my fun and happiness for what it was. It was fantastic. I don't take anything back. I got no regrets.